The Legend of the City of Gold. So, the City of Gold is an ancient civilization sort of place. It was originally created by the Mayans. So, the Mayans, why they made this ancient city was because they had several years, and I mean like several years, like a decade of horrible crops, like no rain, like their villages were becoming dust. Their farmland was becoming dust, and they thought it was because the gods that they were worshiping at the time were angry at them. So what they decided to do was they sent out a man to try and communicate with the gods. It was a priest, a young priest. He was about the age of 23. I believe he just became a priest, so he was like the most recent one to become a priest. He was sent out on a mission to go figure out why the gods were angry at them and what they could do to fix it. So this man decided to go to the top of a mountain that was hovering over his main village where his family lived, and I believe it was the main Mayan city. He went up to the top of the mountain because that was a very religious spot. That was where a lot of people went, to pray their sorrows, to try and talk with the gods, to try and, forgive themselves about something they may have done in the past. So this priest, he decided to go higher up on the mountain than anyone has previously gone before. Most people stop about halfway up, maybe 3/4 of the way up the mountain, but he decided, if he really wants to talk with the gods, he needs to go all the way to the top of the mountain. Like this guy, he needs to reach the point. But the problem with that is it is really high up, it's cold, the oxygen level is low, and no one actually has been up that high before. No one actually knows what is up there. So on his way up, it was just a normal travel, but when he finally made it to the top, he found that there was a plateau on top of this mountain. It was a mountain, but instead of coming up at a point, it came up at a plateau. And on this plateau, there was a man, a very, very, very old man. The priest didn't say if he was actually Mayan or not. He was just an incredibly old man, doing whatever incredibly old mans do, just chilling on top of a mountain. And the old man told him that he was a messenger of the gods. So the priest took this as a sort of, wow, the gods are trying to communicate with me. This is my chance to, ask them, why are they mad at my civilization? What can we do to help? And the old man said, before the priest could even ask him about, what his civilization did wrong, he immediately just said, build a city of gold. Just build a city of gold. That's all he said. He told the priest not to respond. That is just all he said. He told him to leave, go build a city of gold, and then come back to me after the city of gold has been built. Now the priest left. He said, okay, this was a sign from the gods. This guy is a messenger of the gods. It has to be correct. So on his travel down, he returned to his village. Everything was all good. And when he got there, he told the king of the Mayan city that they have to build a city of gold. Now, the Mayan king thought that was a completely outrageous thing to do, but he unfortunately had to trust the priest because he is the only one who has the knowledge, and he spoke with the gods, air quotes, and talked to this old man about what they had to do, so that he took it. They started building the city of gold. Now, it took several years, but they continued to do it because while they were building the city of gold, the rain started coming, the farmland started becoming more fertile, and crops started beginning to grow. They were able to thrive. So when they finished building the city of gold, the priest went back up on the mountain, the long trip back up the mountain to go tell the old man, hey, it worked. Everything's, back to normal. It's all been good. So when he made it to the top, he once again saw the old man there like he expected him. Now, when he went up to the old man, he said, he was really optimistic about it. He was like, oh, hey, old man, we did it. We built the city of gold. Everything worked out great. The gods are happy now. Thank you for telling us what to do. And as he turned the old man around, it wasn't the old man. Unfortunately, the old man never truly existed. The priest tends to decide that the old man was actually a god that they worshipped, coming down himself to tell him, this is what you have to do. Other people tend to think the priest was crazy all along and he was greedy and he just wanted to own the city of gold himself. But, there's several other things that could have happened. The priest could have been hallucinating. It could have been a god. The old man could have been there, but it was just his bones that were left on top of the mountain. Or maybe, he left. But, with all the controversy that happened about this city of gold, it ended up, that is what the downfall of the Mayan civilization was. They split up into two parts, people supporting the priest, people not supporting the priest, and they abandoned the city of gold. So the city of gold is still there. The city of gold is still chilling somewhere in a Mayan jungle, lost for centuries, just waiting to be found by that lucky traveler who will basically be rich beyond their wildest dreams for the rest of their life. And they will have also discovered one of the greatest undiscovered landmarks of human history. That is the legend of the City of Gold.